Hello everyone, I hope you're well. Today's video is a very exciting one. I'm going to review one of my all-time favourite books and then give you a copy of that book. I wanted to give this book its own video review because it fully deserves it and I cannot hype this book enough. So the book is Girl with a Pearl Earring by Tracy Chevalier. I read this 2 years ago and since then I've read 5 other Tracy Chevalier novels. This was the first Chevalier I had ever read and I fell in love with Chevalier's writing that now I'm just like binge reading everything she's ever written. She writes incredible historical fiction. This is still my favourite Tracy Chevalier novel. I don't know if it's because I love the main character so much or maybe it's just because it was the first Chevalier that I read and it really gave me the love for historical fiction, but I absolutely adore this book. So I'm going to give you the plot of this book. This painting here is a very famous painting. It was done by a famous painter called Jonas Vermeer, but no one knows who is the model, who modelled for him, who is this woman. So Tracy Chevalier decided to write a whole novel about who the girl with the pearl earring, who this mysterious woman is. How did she sit for him in this painting? Because it's not his wife, it's not someone that we know that he knew. So who is this mysterious woman? So this is just a whole fictional account of who this woman in the painting could have been in this true life historical painting. So Chevalier's main character is a 16-year-old girl called Greet. Her father is very ill and she has to go and work as a maid for the famous painter Jonas Vermeer. And she meets him and she's living in this horrible little like cupboard and he lives in the house with servants, his wife, children. There's always very important people coming in and out of his house because he's a famous painter. He then one day says to her, I want you to model for me, I want to draw you. And you get this idea that she's kind of his muse, she's inspired him in some way. And this is just, oh my god, it's such a book about like people using power to abuse other people, but then people who are in powerless situations and when they know something's bad is going to happen to them, there's nothing they can do to stop it, because this is set in the 16th century and Greet needs to keep her job as a maid because she's sending money back to her mum and dad and her dad's incredibly sick, and she knows by agreeing to sit for this painting she could be fired because people could think she's having an affair with her master. If his wife finds out, she'll fire her anyway, so it's bad on that point. But if she says, no, I'm not going to model for your picture, she's a maid, she has no rights, so he'll just fire her anyway. So you get this sense of dread right from the beginning when he wants to paint her, because you know it's not going to end well. You know that she's in such an impossible situation and she is powerless in society and there's nothing she can do and this is all going to fall apart. So he says, we have to do this in secret, the painting. Oh, because my wife is really jealous and she'll find out, and you feel his wife's jealousy. Also, the pearl earrings that he gives her to wear is his wife's pearl earrings. So you know the whole thing's going to fall apart. You know his wife's going to find out, Greet's going to be fired, her parents are already like in a vulnerable, awful situation. But it's so incredible. The way she weaves the story, Tracy Chevalier, and there's loads of different characters coming in and out that affect Greet in her life, and how men at the time who have power and money just could abuse women like maids. They could just abuse them and no one would care, and the women couldn't go to the police or do anything about it. And also how Greet's like master has so much power over her. There's literally nothing she can do, even though she knows this is going to end terribly for everyone. Oh, I just love this book. I get so excited every time I talk about it. I just want to recommend it to everyone. This is the perfect novel. And I don't say that about many books. I'll say, oh, it could have been a bit shorter, it could have been a bit longer, or oh, this is perfect. From the first page to the last page, I would say this is a perfect novel. It was the right length, it had the right amount of detail, all the characters were interesting. I felt like all the characters were so well developed, they could have gone off in their own different stories. This has been turned into a film and Greet is played by Scarlett Johansson and Jonas Vermeer is played by Colin Firth, and the film is fabulous. The film really captures the essence of the book. I loved the film. It's also been turned into a play. I just adore this. I think it's just the perfect novel. So I went into a charity shop the other day and I saw this copy. It's a second-hand copy but it's in really good condition and I thought I'll give it away. I've actually bought 4 copies from charity shops of a girl with a pearl earring and just pass them on to my friends and relatives, because I'm continually pushing this book onto people because I love it so much. So if you haven't read this book and you would like to win this copy of the book, then just leave your comment down below, and then at the end of your comment just put I'd like to be entered into the giveaway, and I will choose someone at random because I'm just always pushing this book onto people. I cannot recommend it enough. Everyone go buy it, go read it, go absolutely love it, and then just binge everything Tracy Chevalier has ever written because she's incredible. Other Tracy Chevalier books I would recommend are Remarkable Creatures, Fallen Angels, Virgin Blue. Fabulous books. I'm going to end this video here because I could talk about Tracy Chevalier literally my whole life. I commented on a picture of hers on Instagram and she like commented back and I was like, ah! Like literally like screaming aloud. For like a day I was like, oh my god, Tracy Chevalier coming, playing, coming. Like I couldn't cope. So I'm gonna end the video here and I will see you tomorrow for another video.